All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great MILLSTONE, and peace and blessings to the whole faith of Israel. As you can see, the title of the article, it says, will January 6th be the date the second U.S. Civil War begins? And do you see the number 6? All right, the wicked's favorite number. But this article came out January 4th, 2021, which is today's date, right? And, going into prophecy, okay, this is what's prophesied to happen in so-called America in these last days. Is going to be a great divide, okay? All right, going into Isaiah 19th chapter, which I'll get. The Lord's going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, so this is the stuff, going to our apostles and elders on down, what they've been waiting for, what they've been prophesying through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI to come and pass. And now they're giving a date for it. All right, and of course, we just talk about no man knoweth the day nor hour. All right, but the Lord gave us signs and things to look out for. All right, and this is one of them. All right, uproars of the people. Okay, but I'm gonna get 2 Corinthians chapter 9. This is just a quick lesson, nothing but a current event article. It says something about January 6th, New York trying to pass a bill that's going to make it mandatory for you to get vaccinated or going to be put in internment camps, which is also prophecy. All right, because they're all leading up to, it's all leading up to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. Okay, that system. Again, at number 6, all right, is Esau's favorite number. But here, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, in verse 1, he said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay, you measure the times by what? By the signs, okay, going into prophecy. All right, this is how you measure where we are according to prophecy, okay, which is all by design. All right, it says, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, all right, the Lord told us beforehand, okay, again, hence the prophets, okay, the prophesying, all right, to say before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, again, this is a sign that what? The Lord is getting ready to come back, okay, in return. Okay, things are going to amplify, things are going to speed up. All right, and ultimately, this is all leading to what? The return of our Lord YAHAWASHI. Okay, verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, and this is what this is. Okay, this is all throughout the world. Okay, there's protests going on all around the world. Okay, and these protests are going to actually turn violent. Okay, for good. Okay, you might have a few scuffles here and there. All right, but these things are going to turn to shootouts. Okay, again, this kingdom being divided, that's why it's not going to stand. All right, but here, verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, okay, because again, this is all how YAHAWASHI is going to get the glory, because he told us that this would happen thousands and thousands of years ago. Okay, and it's happening right now, as he said. Okay, going to the book of Habakkuk, it is set for an appointed time. All right, but as verse 5, it says, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So who's the end? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. All right, and going into this order out of chaos, the elites are behind this. Okay, stirring up the people. All right, because they want to bring about the order, which is the new world order, which he wishes to fulfill shortly after all hell breaks loose. All right, but what the new world order is going to be is YAHAWASHI returning, all right, and 144,000 reigning with them. Okay, that's the new government that's going to sit on the earth and run in righteousness. All right, not this devil no more. All right, but can you read some of this article? All right, this is up to 1 million Americans will descend on Washington this Wednesday when Congress moves to formalize the November's election. If misrepresented by the media, the event could be the spark for the mother of all national breakup. So this is just the devil planting seeds right here. Okay, because again, this is what he wants to happen. Okay, these news outlets, media outlets, some are more biased than others, but nonetheless, it's still part of the system. All right, so these headlines and news, these independent, news groups like RT, they have, good insight information, but nonetheless, they still at the top, who runs it, the Amalek, okay, so-called Jews, all right, which run all the news media outlets. But here, this is in the 1989 Black Comedy War of the Roses, Oliver and Barbara Rose, a young affluent couple, played by Michael Douglas, blah, blah, blah. Over time, however, they came to loathe each other, and their only shared passion, the Polito family home, which neither was willing. What is this? It's going to a movie. Not important. I guess it's making the metaphor of a breakup, right? I guess. I probably should have read a little bit through this before I got into it, but pretty much the article, it would spark, spirit, to bring out the lesson. But, again, this is all, it's all privacy, okay? However this devil unfolds, his New World Order agenda, it does not matter, okay? Because YAHAWASHI is the one in control, okay? He's not going to do nothing that's not going to be explainable, okay? Because all the moves of the devil is already written in the book, what he's going to do, okay? Revelation 12:12 tells us that he's going to come down with great wrath, not only that, but a short time. So this is showing us that he has but a short time. He's trying to speed things up, all right? He's being sloppy, okay? But, yeah, let me just get some precepts. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. Isaiah 19 and verse 1 says, the burden of Egypt, all right, and so-called America today is modern-day Egypt, okay? Read Revelation 11 and 8, okay? Or do yourself a favor and look at the back of the dollar bill, all right? And there's plenty other more examples. Go to Washington, D.C. You got the Washington Monument, okay, which is actually an obelisk, okay? Goes back to ancient Egypt. All right, plenty more other examples, all right? But just going into the idol worship, okay, and ultimately going into the great bondage that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, the Americans, who are the Israelites, are under right now, all right, which is brought under the so-called white man right now, all right, being Esau, Edom. Says Isaiah 19 and 1, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord YAHWAH, Bahashim Yahushai, rideth upon a swift cloud, talking about the chariots, all right, and shall come into Egypt, okay, because this is the curse, all right. Should just talk about, it shall enter into the house of the thief, okay. Who's the ultimate thief? The so-called white man, okay. Esau, Edom, okay, stole our identity, okay, stole our land, stole, his kingdom is by theft, okay, by blood, all right. So, going into the so-called alien invasion, these elites know about that, okay. They're not aliens, which alien means stranger, okay. This is our land, all right. The only alien is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. That's why he has leprosy, all right. But continuing, it says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, so this place, when the chariots crack the sky, all right, that goes into Revelation, the 1st chapter. Every eye shall see him. Okay, of course, the charge being led by Yahushai. Okay, then Michael and the archangels. All right, this place is going to be at that time when the return comes. There are going to be fires kindled. Okay, pretty much it's going to be going into the Lord's glory. Okay, like the Lord's going to show out. Okay, like, yeah, it's me. All right. And those chariots going to do damage. They're going to destroy and save, okay? That's what they're coming to do. That's the mission, all right? Verse 2 says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, okay? So this is what this is, okay? Civil war, all right? Civil war, okay? Wars within and wars without, okay? Because this is what's prophesied, okay? Not only is going to be wars over there in the Middle East, okay, going into the third woe, World War III, there's going to be wars going on here in the United States. Okay, being Babylon the Great, okay, and going into everything tied into prophecy, okay, that's why the Nations is in, pretty much mainstream news, because why? It's going into the assimilation to the New World Order, okay, people are being conditioned, okay, pretty much funneled, all right, into his hands, okay, because people are going to be what he thinks is going to happen is that he's going to, ultimately become God on the planet Earth. All right, people are going to worship him, but that's not going to happen, okay? Yeah, Isaiah 19 and verse 2 It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Right? Because, going into a civil war, okay, you have different states fighting against each other, different towns fighting against each other, all right, cities fighting against each other, all right, regions, right, so on and so forth. Okay, so, there's not going to be no unity in this country no more, because going into the love of many shall wax cold. I wish I'm going to get that. All right, I'll probably close out with, sedition, all right, because that's what's going to happen, all right, but remember that the devil, he's going to be at a point where it looks like he's about to fill his belly. Okay, so right now he's in quote unquote in control, because he's the one that is funding these groups, like Black Lives Matter. All right, the Proud Boys. Okay, it's called controlled opposition. All right, so right now his pockets are deep enough to what? Pay everybody else to do what the hell he wants them to do. Okay, going into the elite banking families of Esau. All right, but going into that monkey wrench. Okay, that's going to be thrown at the so-called Esau Edom. That's going into brothers against spiritual powers, ultimately divine intervention. Okay, pure inspiration of YAHAWASHI upon his men, all right, to heave or up or overthrow his devil's plans. Okay, and then ultimately again, when YAHAWASHI returns, right, they're going to be hiding in their bunkers. It's pretty much it's game over, all right, by then. But scriptures talk about scared yet there's fight, all right. These elites already know they're going to lose, so that's why they're going to be hiding off on the ground in outer space. But let me really quick, love, because it said brother, fighting against brother, neighbor, city against city. Okay, so there's not going to be agreements in the household, none of that. Okay, because this is going into dividing and conquering. The Lord's getting ready to conquer this world. Okay, all right, going into those many crowns. It says Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says and because iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold. So going into the iniquity abounding, because this devil putting exterior pressure, all right, on people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. They in their mind that they say, all right, I would never do that. I'll never do this. All right. But they say that because they never even put a situation like that. All right. Going into the time we're coming into Jacob's trouble. All right. But this devil is going to make things scarce. Okay. Going into the famine. Okay. There's not going to be no food around. It's just going to be the availability of it. It's not going to be around. Okay. And so on and so forth. All right. So going into these pressures, okay, that's why we'll come into the hour of temptation. All right. The devil is enticing people to sin against YAHAWASHI. All right. But the elect are not going to do that. Okay. Going into taking that chip. All right. This is verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So that's what it's about, finishing our course. Okay. Our trial of our faith. All right. Being more precious than fine gold. All right. We're being what? Put in a furnace of adversity. Okay. Being purified, also being tried, okay, improved, okay, so that when the Lord crowns his men, he knows exactly that they're worthy, okay, and then of course the Lord is in control of everything, not to say like he doesn't know what his men are going to do, but ultimately this is all the programming of YAHAWASHI. This is how he wants it. This is how it's going to play out, and there's no stopping that, okay. But going into his elect, those are the ones that are going to be saved, okay. Going into 144,000, and the rest of the believers, the 1/3. All right, the 144,000 judges, all right, and then the rest of the 1/3 the believers, and then 2/3 in the kingdom once, they're reborn again, okay, through the righteous loans of a man of the Lord. Yeah, let me close out here. Well, I can't spell, so I think it was in 2nd Edges 9:2. Maybe 15. I don't remember. Yeah, probably 15. It's because sedition going into pretty much uprisings against authority or government. But here it says 2nd Edges 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right, so woe to the world, okay, destruction to the world, okay. Remember that the Lord YAHAWASHI is getting ready to destroy this world, okay, not the entire planet Earth, okay, but the rulership, okay. So woe to this world and them that dwell therein, those that have not separated themselves from this wicked world, all right, verse 15, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So the modern day sword being a gun, okay? So people are going to be fighting against each other, all right? You know, and continuing in verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, all right? They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So this is what this is, okay? This is exactly what this is, right? These so-called Americans being fed up, you know, and a lot of it's just for show, okay? These people aren't down for nothing, okay? They really think March is going to do something, but there's actually people, you know, going to these militia groups, these organized organizations, all right, that aren't paid off by the devil, all right, you know, so to say, you know, they're going to what? They have plans, they have things they're going to try to do to ultimately, like they're going to, it's like they say, take back our country, all right? But it's never been this country in the first place. Going into, it says in Jeremiah, you know, she shall not be healed. This place is not going to be healed, okay? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. All right, there's no going back to the good old, none of that, because that's talking about when Jake was back in slavery, all right? And even Jake, you know, is simple as hell. You know, they're out here doing the same thing, all right, protesting and this and that, okay? Because they actually think they're doing something, they're not, okay? But it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, not going to care about governors, mayors, presidents, okay? It don't matter, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're fighting for their own survival, okay? They want back the old ways, the old country, all right? But things were normal, all right? Pay no more normal, okay? This is the new normal, all right? And it's going to get worse out here, all right? But for the elect, you know, this is beautiful, because why? This means what? That we're getting ready to rule very soon, okay? All right, and then don't forget about these thermonuclear missiles. They're going to wipe out this entire planet. It's like another entire planet. It's going to wipe out so-called America, all right? It could wipe out the planet, but going into, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, no flesh should be saved. But verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, so going into martial law, all right? Cities cut off, all right? Bridges cut off, all right? Transportation to fly to another state, country cut off, you know, boats, everything cut off, all right? Unless, of course, you're, you know, have enough money to do so, all right? But that means you have to sell out, you know, if you're an Israelite, take that chip. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, all right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So this is all going into, you know, you could say, if you have a recipe, you know, the Lord is, you know, seasoning this place for destruction, okay? You know, going to that great sacrifice, you know, and Basra being so-called America, right? The Lord's stirring up things here and there, you know, because it says the man's goings of the Lord, okay? So the Lord has a recipe for disaster for this place, okay? And this is what we see here as known as prophecy, okay? You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, we're watching, waiting, all right, going into this year being the hastening, all right, of the day of the coming of the Most High, okay? You know, because this is it, you know, Lord's will 2021 be the year, and Lord's will, of course, we be found ready to escape. So with that, those words be edifying. Those words want to give our praise to Yahawah, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace and blessings to all of Israel. Shalom.